You spent, obviously you were with the Steve Harvey show when it was here in Chicago. So you're very familiar, even though you're in LA, you're very familiar with Chicago. And you know that our Chicago flag has 4 stars. I don't know if you guys really knew that the 4 stars represented catastrophic events or, significant events in Chicago's history. Now, Mayor Lori Lightfoot is contemplating adding a 5th star to represent the fact that we have gone through this pandemic and COVID-19. Ryan, I can see your face. I'm with you. I don't know that we want to put a 5th star on the Chicago flag for this.
No, come on. All right, listen, it is what it is. Like, okay, so when did we establish this? In the early 1900s was the 4 stars?
Yes, yep, 1917.
Okay, 1917, that's over 100 years, okay? So if the Cubs win the World Series again, because we only win every 100 years, we can talk about it. Because I think initially we only had 2 stars on the Chicago flag. And I didn't know that either. I read that article. I didn't know that we had 1 star for every issue. Okay, if we come up with the cure and we solve the pandemic, maybe I'll think about that. But come on, history is history. Let's leave it the way it is. 4 stars, that's what it is. What do you think, Rubin?
First of all, I want to say Chicago is my favorite city, so I don't want to piss off anybody from Chicago. Now, that being said, I think y'all should keep it as it is. 2020 is a wash. 2020 is canceled. We don't need to have anything telling us that, hey, what happened in 2020? It is done. We're not even going to act like this happened. We're going to say Happy New Year on 2021, and it's done. We're done. Just leave the flag as it is, and let's not talk about this ever again.
Yeah.
I'm with you, Rubin. I don't want to remember it. I mean, I know we have to remember it. Our kids will definitely remember it and be able to talk about this. That's the one kind of cool thing about, like, my son has to do projects, surrounding the pandemic and has to journal every day. And, some of the submissions will be given to local museums and libraries, but just to think like they'll be able to tell their kids that they lived through something like this. So that's enough. Let's leave it there and let's let it just pass on through stories and stories. But we don't want to make it, like you said, Ryan, if anything, the 5th star should have been when we won the World Series with the Cubs.
There you go. I mean, are we going to put a mask on the 5th star? Like, just leave it. Let's go with the 4 stars. It's iconic. It's beautiful. I have a lot of T-shirts with the 4 stars. I don't want to have to put the 5th star on the T-shirt.
Think about all the people who have gotten the Chicago flag tattooed on them.
Ooh.
Because think about that. A lot of people, it's a very common tattoo to get if you're a Chicagoan. I've seen so many people with the 4 stars on them. And I'm like, if they have to go back to their tattoo artist, I'm like, hey, can you add another star to this? It's not going to be the same.
Right. And so, like, remember when Michael Jordan, we're watching The Last Dance, everybody's watching that, when he went from 23 to 45, and then all these people start buying the 45 jersey, and then he went back to 23 after like 4 games.
Yep.
He wasn't playing as well. So all these people went out and bought that 45 jersey, and then they were so mad when he went right back to 23.